Well, welcome everybody to Inspired Conversations podcast show. I am so excited, ladies, kings, and queens. I have one of the best coaches on my show tonight. This is going to be a rewatch and a re-listen over and over again. I'm Kim Evans, the host of the podcast show. I'm also the owner of Two Gorgeous Integrated Health and Wellness. And tonight we have the lovely coach, Danielle Murrell. Danielle, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I am so excited to be here.
I'm honored because in celebration of Black History Month, I do always like to honor excellence and leaderships and those that are in the top of their genre, of their craft, and you definitely are so. And thank you for saying yes to be a guest on my podcast show.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, that I always love to open up my show with a small prayer. Danielle, is that okay with you?
I am definitely down for that. Let's set the stage. The stage.
Yes. I'm so excited. Wanted to open up the show with, God, I just want to thank you right now. I just want to welcome you into this place. Welcoming you, Spirit. Welcome you, universe. Welcome you, God. God of this world, God of this universe, Almighty God, being omnipotent, being omnipresent, being all-knowing and all-powerful. First of all, we honor and we welcome you. Please have the floor and have the reign in this show. And as you just inspire me, Lord God, may this show go out into the 7 continents of the world, as far as the east, as far as the west, as far as the south, and as far as the north, that everybody listening to this show will be inspired, they will be illuminated, they will be uplifted, and they can take one caveat from this show and they can transform their life. God, thank you so much for blessing Miss Danielle and her gift and bringing it to the platform and sharing with all the women that she is making millionaires today. Continue to bless her. And God, thank you for blessing me and blessing my voice, because without me, without you, Lord God, without you, me, I'm nothing. Thank you, God. Danielle, are you ready for this wonderful show?
I couldn't be more ready. I've got my notes here. Make sure that we cover the points that need to be said today. And thank you again for doing this show, for having me on here, and just opening up a space for voices to, like you said, to inspire, to share wisdom, to share knowledge, and just to be a vehicle for that. So like you said, Lord, I just really bless over Kim today as she, facilitates this powerful and potent conversation, one that we need to have more of. So I thank you and bless you again for having me. And I am so excited for this. Absolutely.
Thank you. I am going to share a little bit about Miss Danielle's background, and let's go ahead and get started with that. Danielle Murrell is a high-ticket mindset business and sales coach to other coaches, experts, transformational leaders who desire a simpler way to scale and to create a feminine business by design. Oh my gosh. I mean, we could kind of sort of just like stop right there, because the topic of tonight is becoming a high valued woman in life and in business. Danielle has been helping women entrepreneurs package, price, position, promote, and profit from high-ticket signature offers for over 7 years. And I'm going to share with you my testimony on how I became very known and familiar with Miss Danielle a little bit later in the show. Her mission is to show women how to have a lucrative and leveraged Ladyboss business so they can have the bandwidth and the bank, the peace and profits, success and sanity to show up at their best in every area of their life, which is so beautiful and synonymous for what she does and what I'm doing. That is so beautiful. It's so nice when you can find people a part of your tribe, and that's in your vortex. And Miss Danielle is a part of my orbit now. I'm so excited. In addition, she passionately shares to women how they can not only raise their rates, achieve multiple 5-figure months over and over and over again, and have the confidence to play big in business, but also how to do that in a more feminine way. Yeah, ladies, welcome to femininity. Yes,
Yes.
in a way that inspires us from within and utilizes all natural gifts and feels great to doing it. Miss Danielle, take it away.
Yes. Yeah, I, like you said, have been in this space now for over 7 years, and we've been in each other's orbit for quite some time. So I've learned a lot in this space, but I'm really here to champion, like I said, for women, a simpler way to scale. And there's many ways to do business, especially online, right? And so I'm never one to say that there's only one way, but what I have found in, like I said, my 7 years of doing, especially online, is that there are many ways. And now more than ever, women, especially women entrepreneurs, have to decide which business model makes best sense for their lifestyle. And I think as the modern woman is navigating this modern life, relationships and building her legacy and her lifestyle, she's really, looking for a way to do business that honors her feminine desires, her feminine strengths, and her feminine lifestyle. And so I'm here to just say, like, I found a way that I really have, again, gives women bandwidth and bank peace and profit, success, and sanity. And that's what I'm here. Like, again, there's many ways to do this, and I'm not saying my way is the only way. But I am saying that if you are a woman who wants to prioritize your femininity, your family, your freedom, right? Your fun, your finances, this is how I business and like working with you is with that in mind.
Amen. I love it. Well, we have a lot to cover tonight. I want to go over just a few stats, if I may, Danielle, real
Absolutely.
quickly, because we want to set this up on what we're
Yeah,
talking about.
absolutely. I love some
So,
stats.
so let me just share with you real quickly. This is some stats that I found in the Fundera actually online. And so 10.35% of Black business owners are women, according to Fundera. You guys can go look that up in 2020. In one study, they found that Black women business owners earned an average of $24,000 in net revenue compared to $142,900 among all women-owned business owners according to December 2020. This is a stat and a narrative that definitely needs to change. We got to change this trajectory. We have to change this story. Business owners by Black-owned women earn significantly less than businesses ran by other women. Why is this happening over and over and over again? Black-owned businesses employ approximately 920,000 people. Of 2 million Black-owned businesses in America, fewer than 125,000 have employees. Again, this is according to Fundera.com. Black-owned businesses receive less business financing than any other group, and often at higher rates when we do go and get loans. So why do many Black businesses fail? Danielle, why? Why do
You
you?
know what? My opinion on this is because if you listen to the media and if you listen to Google articles, why Black business, especially Black women entrepreneurs, are not making as much money, or women too. You'll often hear that we don't get access to funding like men do, venture capital funding, that we're not getting access to, this same type of loans, which is interesting because even Fundera, that same website, if you look, I think I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was only like 25% of women even apply for funding. So women don't even really apply for funding like that. And boots on the street, from my experience, after again talking to hundreds of women over my career of being a business coach and doing discovery calls with boots on the street, says to me that women don't understand business models. So very few women are looking for venture capital funding. Very few women are building businesses brick and mortar where they need $100,000 funding. And then on top of that, very few women are even for funding. So the media will have you think that it's limited access to venture capital funding. But my experience that I've seen over my career is that women just like don't understand business models. So what does that mean, right? Like over this time, again, it's not the funding part. It's not understanding what type of business to create with the type of resources that you have available. And so that's why I'm always talking to women about knowing how to package and price correctly, because we have a lot of women copying gurus, big businesses that can do quantity type of businesses, volume-based businesses. And a lot of women, especially Black women, do not have the type of resources when it comes to household income, just savings. We carry a lot of debt to be able to do and run businesses that require a lot of resources, whether that be advertising or a lot of sales. So I usually see a lot of women, especially Black women, into business models that again require quantity. So they're selling hair, clothing, boutiques, t-shirts, ebooks for $10. Exactly. Yeah. And not to say that, again, like I said at the beginning, there are a million ways to make $1 million. And so I'm sure you know somebody who is crushing it selling $25 t-shirts. However, you know what I mean? Like that business model requires a lot of resources and know-how. And I feel like a lot of women get into businesses models because they think it's easier. Like, oh, it's easy to sell a $25 t-shirt, or it's easy to sell a candle, until they really get into the thick of things and they realize that they have to sell thousands of those every month. They have to be generating thousands of traffic and complicated funnels. So branding, all of these type of things.
So I love that. I love that. So let's start right there. Let's talk about business models. You mentioned that it's really not having access to cash, it's really knowing what type of business to create and the model that goes with that. So let's start with, what is the fastest path to cash, Ms. Danielle? Because you're good at that.
Right. Again, and it's because I do care about what is going on with women, especially, women of color, Black women, of what's going on. I have always been a very passionate person in this arena. I have a women's studies minor. So this was just kind of the lane of, women's empowerment and improvement that I want to kind of get into. So from this perspective and what I've seen with the women that I've come with, the fastest path to me is the one that takes the least amount of resources or the least amount of sales getting started. So again, I'm going to go back and say that there's a million ways to make $1 million. And if there's a way to do it, somebody is doing it. Okay. Yeah. So I don't say it's the only way, but I will say that most people who get started, in business that I've seen, especially online, who've been able to grow kind of fast, they do have at least one high ticket offer in their business. So I say, that's the fastest path. I'm sorry if my Siri keeps wanting to talk to me while I'm talking on so I was cutting her off. But anyhow, yeah, so my fastest path that I would recommend to a woman is having a business model that you need the fewest amount of sales into that means having a high ticket offer. If you're trying to hit a 5-figure month, $10,000 is usually that first milestone that most people want to hit in a business to feel like they are hitting some type of success, which will put you over a 6-figure year, which very few people are doing that. Only 10 to 12%, depending, even 8%, depending on what studies, of all entrepreneurs, whether that be men or women, Black or white, are even breaking over $100,000 a year in their business. There's a lot of people starting business, especially Black women, and we have a very few people even breaking 6 figures, which isn't really even a lot of money in business, $100,000. So I would say, again, the fastest path that I would suggest is one where it takes the fewest amount of people. So if you need to make a $10,000 a month, a $5,000 offer or service, where you only need 2 people, or a $10,000 offer to have a $10,000 a month to get started, that's the fastest path, because it's the fewest amount of people to actually get that done.
I love it.
In my opinion.
And so that's a beautiful segue about your program. So let's quickly talk about your program, which is the Lucrative and Leveraged Ladyboss Club. Your program is a year-long program for women coaches and experts who want to stack six figures or more in 6 months or less, leveraging five-figured offers. They can learn by visiting your Instagram page, and we're going to have that in the handle. So let's talk about that. Give us a quick example. What is a five-figured signature offer? Just for the viewers, because I know they're going to know, what does she mean by that? So just give us just a little sample of what that is.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love sharing this too because it should help expand your wealth consciousness. And there's definitely levels to this. So, again, when I first started off as a business coach, I started with high ticket and four-figure offers. So, $5,000, $3,500, $7,500. If you look at that, it has one digit before the comma and three digits behind. So it's just four digits, right? But that's still considered high ticket. And it's a great business model to get started, even in the beginning, because a lot of people think, oh my gosh, even at that level, you have to work your way up to that price. Or what do you put into an offer at $5,000, which really, like I said, I've learned over the years that there's levels to this. So the next is a figure offer. So that means $10,000, $20,000, all the way up to a six-figure offer, because it has two digits in the first before the comma and three digits behind it. So it's five figures. Now, this is again a great business model to
well, let me slow down for 1 second, because Ms. Danielle, you actually in your group, one of the ladies that you're coaching just signed her first $20,000 offer.
Yes.
So yes, you actually become some millionaires. Danielle, she brings it, you guys. She brings it. She brings it.
Yes. And that's the goal, is to actually get people's or women's mindset around the confidence to charge and to realize you don't have to stair step your way up to a five-figure offer, meaning one day I'm going to charge $1,000, I'm going to charge $5,000, and I'm going to charge $10,000. I'm going to charge $20,000. Most of the time, you already have the results, experience, the education, to be able to charge that. It's usually getting your mindset right and then targeting people who can do more what you give them. And so not always targeting people all the way like at the beginning. So yes, a five-figure offer is what I help women really understand. Either they're already selling courses or four-figure offers, high ticket offers, and they realize, hey, I want to start to scale my business faster with not having to sell as many people. And you see with a $20,000 offer, you only need 20 to 30 clients in a group. And at that level, I'm definitely talking about doing a leverage. That's why it's called the Lucrative and Leveraged Lady Boss Club, because it's lucrative and it's leveraged by incorporating a group element to that, so that you can scale to $400,000, $500,000, and you can go past 20 people, have 100 people plus in 20K programs to $1 million, and just increasing that customer lifetime value, so that you're, not only are attracting clients, but you're keeping them longer, they're spending more over time. So I know the topic for this was, creating a high value woman, in life and business. And I just kind of want to talk on this. It starts with that high value mindset, and so that's something that I know you and I work on, teaching our audience. And that's what you're bringing to the marketplace, is getting women to understand that. It's so crazy when women say they want to be high value and that they are high value, but then you check their prices on their website and it's $199. And not that I'm no shade to that, but we usually say that we're high value, but then we have a hard time standing in that in our business.
So let's backtrack just a tad bit, so just the viewers and the listeners know what you need to be a high valued businesswoman today in today's marketplace.
Yeah, I'll just list out a quick five and we can kind of, but one, that high value mindset, right? skill sets. Again, a high value woman, in my opinion, has some skill sets, some type of mastery, you know what I mean, that she can provide to herself, to marketplace, or to relationships. High valued self-worth, going back to not just saying I'm high valued, to yourself, but then when you look in other aspects in your business, you don't have the confidence to stand in your value. A high valued vision. I think a lot of times women don't understand or underestimate the power of having a high valued vision, where you can cast a high vision for yourself and for your people around you. There's a value in being able to cast a vision, because when you expand what's possible for people, they can step into that. And so that's valuable. And high value boundaries. Again, a high value woman in life and business to me has high value boundaries, and what her self-care looks like, what she lets access to her energy, to her spirit, to her business, her prices, what she's willing to tolerate. So yeah, I would definitely say that for sure. Those are my 5.
Well, that is definitely beautiful in its own point. And I am going to just reiterate that. And you talked about a high value woman in business. Basically, some things you just shared is having a high value mindset, skill set, business mastery, self-worth, and self-care. And we're going to end with that. And also a high value vision, and also the vision that you cast for others, and particularly those that you are bringing along and that you are coaching, and high valued boundaries. And on that note, let me just quickly share with you how I come to know Danielle, because she definitely speaks the truth of what she says in terms of having a high vision. And when I came to know about her a few years ago, I said, oh my God, who is this woman? I mean, she's large, she's in charge, she's high, she's speaking vision. But the beautiful thing, that everything she was saying was matching up to her outcome. And I kept watching her and watching her and watching her and watching her. And Danielle, you remember when you did the chandelier room? She had a group
Yes,
called Chandelier Room. And then Danielle actually came out with a couple of e-courses. And this one that I bought from her was called, I think it was called Pop Your Brand.
Make your brand pop.
Make your brand pop. And I actually, that's when I was really starting to make my Instagram pop and my brand. And it's like, I bought her course and it was just amazing. It's like, I got to get a little bit more taste, and a little bit more, and a little bit more, a little bit more. But the thing that I loved about her, because she definitely is high value, everything she says, she backs it up. The mindset, the value, the mastery, the self-worth, but the vision. And I'm honored because I'm now working with Miss Danielle. It's great because we about to unleash my unstoppable group program.
Yeah.
We're talking about high ticket. It's beautiful. Oh my God. And I'm so amazing it's going to be amazing, and also to be aligned with one of the best that's going to put it in the orbit, to help me to put it in the orbit space. So I'm excited about that.
Yes, I mean, it is. And that's yeah, me too. And I'm really honored to be able to work with you and to really, expand what you were doing and get you to even think bigger, because it is a shared mission here. When we talked about, what's going on with women, especially Black women, this is something close to our heart. We want to see more women really living in their purpose, but also being profitable and creating that lifestyle and that legacy. So that's why we were really attracted to each other. And again, I'm very honored. This is a testament about really standing in your why, because you'll find other people that'll come along in your mission and in your journey. So yeah, us working together is really being able to help, like, again, what's the fastest path to cash? What's going to help women really grow their business in a scalable and sustainable way that again gives them that bandwidth and bank. So I've been working with you to create your Unstoppable Business to Profits program, which I know started live calls coming up soon here, and you're already ready to take women on that are really, again, invested in their business and want to learn what we're teaching here, a business that's really aligned to your feminine lifestyle, your self-care. I know your program incorporates self-care, wellness, the mindset, the business model. So that's the thing that I love the most about your Unstoppable program, is that you have so many years of experience monetizing and expertise, really understanding how to help people with health and wellness, all of that. And see, that's the thing. You want to build a business that honors that first, not build a business and then try to build that in afterwards, because
Yes.
it takes too much work starting and stopping over and over again. So that's the thing about your program. It is that holistic, encompassing program that touches on all of that. So again, I'm very honored that we get to bring this to the marketplace. I know if you're interested in working with kids, please at her about this, because we're working together. We're working to bring this out to the marketplace to help women again grow their business.
I'm excited. It's gonna explode. We're gonna launch it next week. I'm so excited, and I'll be able to tell you more about that. So Danielle, I'd like to end with feminine lifestyle, because as a lady boss, as we know, it's one thing to be able to make the money. It's the next thing to be able to manage your family, to count that money, to manage your business, to bring people up, to continue to always be on brand. But it's another thing for feminine lifestyles, another thing for self-care. And I think oftentimes women get lost in that. How do we keep it feminine? How do we keep our business feminine? Because that's the essence of your business brand, of what you do, feminine lifestyle business.
Well, one of the things that I say keep it is to keep it simple. And
Right.
again, that's why we like this type of business model where we're moving into high ticket and 5-figure
Yes.
offers. So we're able to hit higher income months without having to do kind of some of the traditional masculine things of
Yes.
bigger team and more sales and, always being on. And I think a lot of women have tried that over the, course of the last 10 years. And more women are saying, I want something that's a little bit more simple, and I'm going to work with fewer people in a deeper way. And then also tapping into your voice and getting good at being you as your messenger, be good as a thought leader, because then you don't need so much of those masculine
Yes.
tech and all those things like the bells and whistles.
Yes.
Women are attracted to who you are, what you stand for, that vibe, and that again lets you have more of a feminine business and flow. You know what I mean? Like we love us some systems and structures. And again, that's why I love your program so much, because you also incorporate that in your Unstoppable program. You do give the feminine aspect of the self-care, the mindset, the business model, but you also incorporate how to do some of the tech, the stuff that is necessary, which I'm all about that, but keeping it simple, because what women tend to do is copy what they see other people do, and they overcomplicate things by nature. So one of the things that I always ask myself when I'm about to do a task in my business, is this the simplest way to do it? Is there a
Yes.
simpler way to do it? Can I just live stream this? Does it have to be a 20-minute edited video? Like, what's going to be the simplest way so that I can, again, move on and not make it too complicated?
And I think also too, I'll just add to that is, in addition to keeping it simple, just keep it feminine, just exude your own transparency. And people want to see you show up in your brand. It's like we're working, you're helping me to do more of my lives on a regular basis. I know sometimes I can fall short with that, but it's just being able to be transparent with who you are, and people will fall in love with that energy. That's the feminine energy, just being you.
Correct.
You are, and not being so masculine and behind the walls. And so that is something that you're sharing. That's something that I'm working with my clients with. And hey, that's the lucrative way. So Danielle, how can people get in contact with you? Would you please leave your Instagram? And I'm also going to put your program in the show notes, but what is your, because I know people are probably burning like, oh my God.
Right. Well, thank you again.
How do I get in contact with her?
Well, my favorite platform of the moment is Instagram. So if you come on Rich Girl Business on Instagram, you'll find me. Send me a message. Let me know that you heard it here on Kim's podcast. I'd love to, shout you out. So yeah, that's the fastest way. I have a lot of live stream replays. So go to the video section of my Instagram. I have tons of live streams that I'm talking a lot of things about, what we've talked about tonight. And also my website, Rich Girl Business, and YouTube.
All right.
More on YouTube. So Instagram, website, Rich Girl Business, and YouTube.
Okay. So I have to ask you this last 3 questions is, how did you come up with the name Rich Girl Business? I love it.
I just say it was a divine download from God. I don't know if, you know what I mean, the time will come if I ever transition, but it's been good to me
Mhm.
for the last 8 years. I say it was a divine download because when I started my business, I came out of a business with a partner, friend, and I said to myself, from here on out, I'm doing business by myself for a while until I get this down. I don't want to get anybody involved in it until I know I can do it well. But at one night, I literally just woke up and it was like rich girl business. I want to help women again crack the code on, is it possible to really have a 6-figure plus business and to really work, on your own terms. And I am happy, to report back that it is indeed true. But I definitely
Yo, get that.
you have to have a rich mindset.
I love it. What is your favorite color?
Black to wear, pink to receive and to decorate. But I'm a black and gold. I've become more of a uniform type of person, meaning that I love my brand colors of black and gold. It's easy to wear, always look rich, people, that's what they say. And I'm just like, you can never fail with that. Like, if you always wear black and gold out, like, you look so rich. And I'm like, is this the color palette? This is so the color palette.
I love it. And when you're not working, what do you do? What is one of your favorite pastimes that you enjoy doing with your boys?
Okay. Well, our favorite thing that we've really been enjoying is jet skiing.
Yeah.
So we've making it a tradition that anytime we get near water, we make annual beach
I love
trips.
it. Last
We're
minute.
always like, let's get in a rented jet ski. It's scary. It's very scary, but I will say it's very fun. And we look back on it like we're getting better.
I love it. Danielle, any last minute points you would like to share with the audience before we close?
And I just think this was an awesome, conversation. Again, you can't go wrong by coming to either one. Of anything resonates, we're like, again, on the leading edge, I believe, in sharing with women what we now know proven to work in their marketplace so that women can get success, and you really can. So again, I think the best path to get started or to scale right now is to get good at your craft, get confident in what you do, and get stronger in your thought leadership and your messaging. And you can't fail with those 3 things. So again, if you need support, you know where to find Kim and I. We're in the same queendom. We're in the same dynasty. So
yeah, we're in the same orbit.
Women.
So Danielle's program again is Lucrative and Leveraged Lady Boss Club, and she has a year program. And my program is called the Unstoppable Business to Profits Online System.
Yes.
And we're launching it next week. I'm so excited.
And it's a year long too. I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna make her commit to it. But the reason, and there's many reasons. Like Kim will be talking more about that. But we're under the philosophy again that we see so much potential in you that we want to see you to keep on growing your business and really mastering that. We can teach anybody this, and usually people do get success in a shorter amount of time. But it's really dialing that in and mastering that's most important. So it's just, again, these containers will definitely support you. So I'd love to be, part of it. I'm so excited to see it through with you.
And I'm so excited. We're stopping at the top of the year of 2022. All but up. So I'm so excited.
Thank you again for having me.
So you guys, thank you so much for watching my podcast show. It has been an honor and a pleasure to you. And you guys, if you want to follow one of us, we're going to have the information in show notes. And you guys, thank you so much and God bless. Thank you for watching. Kim Evans. Bye for now.